in Zion Ministry 2 times. I preached there in 2014 at their camp in Adodo. 2016, where they raised the money to buy this permanent land they have at Okota. It's on record that I was the one that preached there. I took Brother Ebuka by hand and introduced him to Patrick Adebayo that raised the fund they used to possess the first 3 plots of land. So I know Ebuka in person. He has been to my house 3 times, and I've been to his house when he was at Akintola Agoda. I know his brother, the engineer. So when all these things begin to happen and everything, someone like me was shocked. And that is why I'm also, because I know he will watch this video, he keep on changing his number. Our brother Ebuka, the only thing he needs now is a spiritual director and a mentor. He's still very, very young in the ministry and need hands that will strengthen him and advise him. And I'm begging him, let one of them be a Catholic priest. Let the other one be a Catholic lay minister that has been there for a long time. Some of the ways he threw about are unnecessary. When a reverend sister corrected her own reverend sisters, her colleagues, when they went to Ngopala dancing on the rain and every other thing, I remember a brother coming up openly to bully her and say, if you talk again, I will tell the world the way you are. That is not how to handle people, especially people in vocation. And just as we could said, people who want to give you correction, we could keep on using criticism. It is not criticism. This is correction in love. Okay? Yeah. And then number 2, this issue of priesthood, and you begin to say so many funny things about them. Honestly, some of us are disappointed. We are not, as Catholics, we are shocked about the whole thing. Ebuka was in charismatic renewal for 4 years. I know that for sure. And I'm sure that is why he has not picked the Catholic charismatic renewal for one day, his accusation, because he knows us for discipline and order. I had my own challenges in Lagos when I started ministry. Please, everybody will go and verify. The name of the ministry was Flame Team. And Cardinal Okoje wrote, he didn't even call me and say stop. And that was the day we disbanded. We later went back to him to explain ourselves. He said so many things. And he said to me, and I quote the cardinal that is still alive, he said, Mr. Timothy, if you are interested in running a Catholic ministry, go to Catholic School of Evangelization for 2 years. Then from all I have seen and heard from you, go to school. Let us from you, let us train you. You will do according to what you are taught. And that was because of us. He set up School of Antioch, Catholic Evangelization, Lagos Diocese. And for 2 years I was there. And he was the one that commissioned me. So most of the time, we cannot just be saying that the whole world is against us when we have not listened to the whole world. I say once again, Zion ministry may not be as bad as people are painting them. I cannot say that people are not getting saved there. I can't say that native doctors and others are not getting saved. But when you look at the gestation period between our brother Ebuka when he started that ministry, maybe it was something that is very big that to manage it become impossible. The last advice I give to those in Zion, let Zion ministry have an experienced communication director who can reply professionally to people that both rebuke them, correct them, advise them, and praise them. It seems everything is revolving around Ebuka, and that is why there is this problem. The day he keep quiet as the founder, and we begin to hear about other brothers, other sisters picking microphone, the noise will be less. That's why in Catholic Charismatic Renewal, where he started from, we have our challenges. But today, it's not about Timothy of Ebu, it's not Brother A.G. Newman, it's not about Judah Soba or some of the figures we are hearing, because we have leaders. And these leaders at any time can call us to order and we owe our allegiance to our parish priest. I'm just saying it in context, believing that our brother Ebuka is still a Catholic. So let this Lent, as they have declared 14 or 16 days prayer, and Father, we have just entered the Lenten period. Father, I think you are overreaching this thing. You have made your point. Okay. You have made your point. I think you know him before. There is a way you will stretch this fight. It looks as if it's personal. Okay. You are a father, not just a Catholic priest. If you are not a priest and you are married, he could either be your junior brother or be your biological son. How would you have handled him? Ebuka is growing. Forget about all the boasting they say nobody's gift is greater than him. When I hear it, I begin to laugh. I say, how do you judge gift? Which gift is he talking about? Is it leadership gift? Is it the gift of preaching? Is it the gift of teaching? Is it the gift of prayer? Is it the gift of writing books? Is it the gift of communication, gift of service, gift of martyrdom? There are thousands of gifts. So we don't make these things to become as if at a time when Muslims, when people in Asia or African traditional religion, when atheists, when even the Omenala people are getting organized and being a potent force against Christianity, I think we need unity in love. So I say this with all my heart, that my heart goes to our brethren in Zion. Let them be cautious and know how they talk.
Hello guys, welcome to the show. I hope everyone is doing just fine. And please, if this is your first time on this platform, do us a favor by liking this video, sharing it, and also subscribe to the channel. Remember, that helps the platform a lot, and we shall forever be grateful to you. And please tell a friend or two about our platform. Together, let's spread the word, shall we? So I'm so happy for what this senior person said in this video. He was discussing with the father. I know the Reverend Father has been on Ebuka Obi's neck, and I don't know if they two have a personal issue, but they have been going back and forth on each other's neck, which I think is not the best way to solve the issue, because after all, he is a Reverend Father, and with certain position comes certain responsibilities, right? So he shouldn't be doing stuff like that, especially on social media and challenging Ebuka Obi. That is true. I think the senior person really spoke very well, and I think the Reverend Father is going to listen to what the senior person said. And I particularly love what he said, right? He said that sometimes people let their successes get into their head too much. And it's true. Success and power are very, very addictive. If one is not careful, one might be carried away by the number of successes one has achieved or the power one is led to wield. If one is not careful, these things might let one into a very, very dangerous position. So we are all hoping that Ebuka Obi start doing the right things. And one important thing that really gets me annoyed with Ebuka Obi is the way he talks down on women. I don't get the whole point why someone would be on the pulpit and say horrible things about a fellow human being. Listen, okay, this is just me. I hate it so much when someone comes on the pulpit, someone with a very privileged position, start talking down on other people. The poor are like this. They are poor because they didn't do this or that. Women are like this. Like Uber Angel said that women are most likely to become prostitutes. Most of the fathers in the house are raising kids that are not theirs, and only their wives actually know who the parents of their children are. That is really, really toxic, It's really, really toxic. And that he will urge the men to do a paternity test to be sure whether or not the children are theirs. And I was like, is it really your place to be saying all this? I mean, come on. People came to your church to hear the Bible, not to be taught on how to handle their marital issues, not to be told that their children might not be theirs. That's not the reason why they came to church, isn't it? You also hear Ebuka Obi comes on the pulpit and just talk down on women, saying how doctors would take advantage of women who are maybe giving birth or who are maybe going for medical checkup. And the way he talks about it, it looks like these women have no self-control. It looks like these women do not have any self-respect. Or it looks like the doctors are just out there waiting for women in order for them to do one or two things with them. This is really, really bad. And you are a man of God saying things like this in the church. In the church. I believe that we as adults shouldn't just spit out anything that runs through our head. We really must examine the kind of things we put out there. We really must do so. Now, there's this recent video I saw about the same Ebuka Obi, where he was talking about Showore or people advocating for him to be arrested, people trying to team up against him, people just planning against him. And he was like, if they try it, they will see fire or there will be chaos in the city because his members will not let that happen. And my thought was like, are you preaching God or are you building a cult of personality? Is it about God or is it about you? If you are out there doing things that are against the law, thinking that when the authorities come after you, your members will cause chaos, then what are you really doing? Shouldn't you be advocating for law and order? Shouldn't you be a law-abiding citizen? Isn't it supposed to be like that? So listen, I will say what I've always said before. It's a good thing to belong to a church. It's a good thing to want to worship God. It's a good thing to be seeking for salvation. But be watchful on the things you absorb from your preachers. Some of them are very, very horrible individuals. Some of them are terrible persons. Some of them are not worthy to be called preachers. Please be careful. Be very, very careful.